So, we're here to look about availability and why is it more important than ever before.
Looking forward from the research we've done, an important question is what kind of future trends do we see? What's going to happen over the next year? How do we see this availability challenge evolving? Do you have any thoughts on that, Keith?
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be another interesting year for a number of reasons. But if I look at some of the things that are pushing, that came out of the report but are probably going to come prevalent, is the BOYD, bring your own devices. I think that's going to be more of a push. Again, as we said before, a push because as employees come in, they expect to be able to bring the devices that they want and like, and they expect to be able to gather access into information. In fact, again, using that to your advantage, you want to attract those kind of tech-savvy people who can help you take into there. So I see that being one of the key areas. I think that obviously with the way social media is and the way that events are now communicated, that will continue to be at the forefront and mean that people cannot afford to let availability slip back down the agenda. It's going to be right there, right at the top. So that's a couple of things. I'm sure you've got your own views as well.
Yeah, I think those are very, very important trends that are obviously going to continue to put pressure for availability. I think the mobile working trend is only going to continue. I mean, we see that more and more, and you mentioned generational change, and I think that there's generational change pressures to change the way you work. People want to work in a more mobile fashion, so I think that will just become even more of a push. Anything else that you see on that?
Well, I think picking up, I think customer loyalty this is an interesting concept to me, because as I say, the way that technology is now driving things makes it very easy for people to move business from one place to another. So the web does it, cloud does it, yeah. Right? To retain customer loyalty, it has to be about a combination of availability and service. Yeah. And you can't do the service without the availability. So I think that's key. It's kind of like, I'm going to attract a customer because it's easy to attract them because I've made it easy to attract them to do business with me. Now to hold on to them, I've got to be always there. Yes. And I've got to make sure my customer service backs that up as well. So I think that's going to be another key differentiator, is to make sure you use availability to keep that customer loyalty, because quite frankly, they can go elsewhere. There are very few things these days that are truly, truly unique. Right? There's always competition.
Do you see anything in terms of big data having an impact on this? This is one of the big trends.
I think big data is an area that you can use to exploit, again, for customer loyalty. I think the advantage of big data is the ability to identify customer trends and therefore pinpoint things to them. I think that's an interesting concept as well. I've just come back from a trip into the States and they're using technology. There's an insurance company there looking at almost a pay-as-you-go insurance, that your insurance changes depending on where you are driving, how fast you are driving, if you're in a high-risk area. So your premium won't be set for the year. It'll vary day by day, hour by hour, depending where you're driving. That's a great use of technology. Whether they'll bring it to market is a very interesting point. But it's almost taken the extreme of the postcode example of insurance changing to actually your lifestyle. But that's what technology allows you to do. And that's why you always need to be available, you always need to be on. And that's why I think it's a challenge for the CIOs, but I think it's a challenge that the CIOs can face, and I think things that come out of your report can actually help them face that challenge and understand what they need to do to be successful.
Hi, my name is Nelson Phillips. I'm professor at Imperial College London, and I've been commissioned by SunGard to conduct a research project looking into the available enterprise. By available enterprise, we mean an organization whose systems, people, and processes are aligned to ensure 24/7 availability. We found a number of very interesting results. We performed both a survey on 450 CIOs across France, UK, and Scandinavia, as well as a set of in-depth interviews.